Brought to you by Gitanjali Salon, Channi Himmat, Jammu. Follow Ruchika Makeovers on Facebook and Instagram for best bridal makeup in town.
Hello viewers, you're watching Jammu Links News. I'm Mannat Gupta and welcome to the daily updates of Midday News. Let's begin.
Jammu region recorded single-day highest 32 corona positive cases on Wednesday, including 18 in Jammu district, 8 of them from Raipur Satwari and 1 in Preetnagar Digyana. Majority of whom were women besides a 15-day-old male baby, taking total number of cases to 207, while 4 COVID patients, 2 each from Jammu and Udhampur districts, were treated and discharged. A COVID-19 positive woman from Anantnag died in Srinagar, taking the corona death toll in Jammu and Kashmir to 18, while 37 persons, including 3 pregnant women, tested positive for coronavirus in Kashmir on Wednesday. Among these cases, 17 were from Kupwara, 8 from Baramulla, 5 each from Anantnag, Kulgam and 1 each from Budgam, Bandipora and Pulwama. One of them already positive case were retested. With these fresh cases, the Jammu and Kashmir tally of corona positive cases has gone to 1,390 with 694 active, while 678 have recovered and 18 others have died. Kashmir has 560 active cases. Days after issuing the domicile rules, the Jammu and Kashmir administration on Wednesday made domicile status certificate an eligibility condition for admission to educational institutions in the Union Territory. It said in a circular that the requirement of permanent resident certificate, wherever prescribed for admission into educational institutions, will be replaced with the domicile certificate. The administration also advised all administrative secretaries to immediately effect corresponding changes in status or rules. 2 BSF personnel were martyred as terrorists fired upon them in Ganderbal district of Jammu and Kashmir on Wednesday. BSF Jawans came under attack by motorcycle-borne terrorists at a picket in Pandach area. 2 BSF personnel were injured in the attack and were shifted to Skims Hospital at Sora, while one of the Jawan was declared brought dead by the doctors, another succumbed to injuries later. Lieutenant Governor Jammu and Kashmir GC Murmu has sanctioned an amount of Rs 5.70 crore out of J&K Relief Fund for providing 2 months free ration and dietary items to inmates of residential institutions run by government, residential institutions run by NGOs, and residential institutions run by NGOs where inmates exist. With this financial assistance, a total of over 21,000 inmates of these institutions, including children, old age persons, besides physically and mentally challenged, would be benefited. This move of the government has provided much needed relief to these people in distress during ongoing lockdown imposed due to the global pandemic of COVID-19. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Secretary BVR Subramaniam on Wednesday said that though restrictions under the 4th phase of the lockdown have been eased, officials cannot let their guard down and have to be alert to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus. He also said lockdown measures which are in place since March 24th have helped in containing the spread of COVID-19. Subramaniam made the remarks in a video conference with Deputy Commissioners and Superintendents of Police. Director General of Police Dilbag Singh reviewed security and COVID-19 arrangements with the senior officers of police and CRPF. Addressing the CRPF officers and personnel, the DGP said that due to the well-planned and coordinated efforts of police and CRPFs, good results are being achieved on anti-terror front. He said that the elements violating peaceful environment in J&K will be dealt with formally. National Conference Vice President Omar Abdullah on Wednesday sought the release of all detained political leaders in Jammu and Kashmir before Eid ul-Fitr. Several politicians, including Omar, his father and NC President Farooq Abdullah, PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti and NC General Secretary Ali Muhammad Sagar were detained hours before the centre announced the abrogation of Jammu and Kashmir special status under Article 370 of the Constitution and bifurcation of the state into Union Territories on August 5th last year. While Omar and Farooq have subsequently released, Mehbooba and Sagar continue to be in custody under the stringent Public Safety Act. Department of Personnel and Training has exempted pregnant women officials and staff members from attending office. This was disclosed by Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. He said a circular to this effect has been issued and is expected to be followed by different ministries, departments as well as state, union territory governments. Dr. Jitendra Singh said pregnant women employees who are not already on maternity leave will also be exempted from attending office. Persons with disabilities are also to be given similar exemption from attending office. Life has started limping back to normal in various green and orange zones of Jammu division as most of the shops and business establishments were reopened amid certain restrictions on Wednesday after nearly 2 months of the coronavirus-induced lockdown. The easing of the lockdown restrictions followed fresh categorization of 20 districts. The Anti-Corruption Bureau on Wednesday conducted a joint surprise check at the Chineni Hydel project in Udhampur district of Jammu and Kashmir to probe alleged irregularities there. It has been alleged in the complaint that a fraud has been committed in the generation division worth Rs 25 lakh. The allegations regarding irregularity in maintenance of 33 kV line is also under inquiry, and the team is investigating this aspect also. Jammu and Kashmir High Court has extended the closure of access to all court complexes in J&K and Ladakh UTs till May 31st as preventive measure to contain spread of COVID-19. An order in this regard has been issued by the Registrar General of the High Court in pursuance to the decision taken in a full court meeting held under the chairmanship of Chief Justice. Domestic flights in the country will resume operations from May 25th, 2 months after the services were suspended following the nationwide lockdown imposed to stop the spread of the coronavirus disease. Union Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri on Wednesday announced that operations will recommence in a calibrated manner from Monday. The domestic flights that will be allowed to operate are likely to connect all major Tier 1 cities. Taking an undue advantage of the restrictions imposed on public transport during the COVID-19 lockdown, a travel agency under proprietorship of Zamindara Travellers were found illegally transporting 128 interstate migrants from Jammu to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh at Raya Mode, Samba. The bus driver along with owner of travel agency namely Mahinder Pal Singh has been arrested by Samba police. Deputy Commissioner Samba Rohit Khajuria during the inspection found that 2 buses carrying 128 labourers were stationed at Raya Mode near Zamindara Dhaba. Principal Secretary Power Development Department Rohit Kansal on Wednesday chaired an introductory meeting with the senior officers of PDD and JPDCL to review the status of power sector, centrally sponsored schemes, revenue realization and related issues pertaining to Jammu Power Distribution Corporation Limited. While reviewing progress on schemes, Rohit Kansal directed the concerned officers to speed up the execution of the centrally sponsored schemes for timely completion. He also asked the officers for removal of bottlenecks, if any, so that the projects are completed at an earliest. The work on World Bank funded Jhelum Tavi flood recovery project will restart next week in the Jammu region. JK Economic Reconstruction Agency Chief Executive Officer Syed Abid Rashid Shah said the resumption of work would instill hope and play a crucial role in creating employment opportunities. Shah, also the CEO of the project, asked engineers and contractors to resume work while strictly adhering to the coronavirus guidelines issued by the government for the construction sector. As many as 5,609 new COVID-19 cases were reported in India in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases in the country to 1,12,359, according to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Out of the total cases, 63,624 are active cases, 45,300 patients have been cured or discharged or have migrated, and 3,435 deaths have been reported.